Welcome back to Living Local. Today we have a special music presentation from two jazz artists. A native of Geneseo, Illinois, Jim Buennig is a saxophonist, educator, and recording artist based in Iowa City. Buennig and his groups play extensively throughout the Midwest and have made appearances at the Iowa City Jazz Festival and the Bix Beiderbecke Jazz Festival. Dr. Damani Philips is a native of Pontiac, Michigan, where he began playing at the age of 10. He currently serves as Director of Jazz Studies and Associate Professor of African American Studies at the University of Iowa. Phillips and Buennig join us in studio for a performance along with Jonathan Eldridge II. Take it away, guys. Thank you all so much for that fantastic performance. Amazing to have you guys here in studio. Okay, so Jim, let's start with you. What is your background with jazz music?
Well, I guess I started playing piano in first grade, and then it kind of started to morph into saxophone when I joined band in Geneseo and everything like that. So then it's been a pretty much constant study since then.
That's fantastic. You've been able to make a career of it as well. Damani, what about you? What's your experience?
Well, I started out in 6th grade in regular band program like most students in the state and in most states around the nation. And but in the beginning, I was exclusively a classical saxophone player, and then along the way decided to switch over to the dark side, so to speak, and go exclusively on the jazz side of it. So ever since then, been pursuing the music and ended up going on to teach it in college.
Wonderful. Jonathan, what's your story?
So similar to that, for the first little part of my life, I was mainly a classical pianist. I didn't really start getting into jazz until I was in high school when I was 14. Then once I got to college, I was actually doing both. So, you know, in addition to stuff like, you know, Chopin and Beethoven, I was also doing, you know, Duke Pearson. So now I'm a jazz student mainly. I still like classical music. It's all great. All music.
Right.
It's all great.
Definitely. Now, how did you guys all come together and start creating music together?
Well, I was working on my master's at Iowa, where Damani was my saxophone professor for 2 years, and then I moved to Texas. And last year was coming back for Christmas break and thought it might be fun to get us both together and let loose a little bit, so we're doing the same thing again this year.
Fantastic. Now, how would you describe the kind of music that you guys create together?
You know, one of the things that the reason why I enjoy working with Jim so much, and when he introduced this I was absolutely gung-ho about accepting it, is that he and I share a philosophy in that if you're going to play, you bring the heat. You play for real. And so in my estimation, it's about that energy. That fire that burns deep and gets people, you know, on board and feeling like they're a part of what's going on musically on the bandstand.
Well, I can definitely feel that heat and energy for sure. Cannot wait to hear a second performance from you guys. But guys, if you want some more information, you can visit Jim and Damani. They will be performing at the Grape Life on Friday, January 31st from 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. It's going to be a great show. We'll also have these details posted on ourquadcities.com.